Thanks for tuning in to Sailing BC. If you've already seen one of our newbie videos, you know that we bought our first sailboat in the dead of winter and we sailed her back to BC. Despite sub-zero temperatures and our lack of experience on the water, we've been getting to know our Jeanneau Odyssey 409 and are ready for our next adventure. If you're surprised that we've made it this far, so am I. We're new to sailing, but we love a challenge, so hang tight because in this episode we cross the Georgia Stait and learn a few valuable lessons along the way. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, thanks for watching. Today we're leaving Cole Harbour in Vancouver, British Columbia, and heading out to the Gulf Islands and Vancouver Island. Tonight we're going to cross the Strait of Georgia and head to Newcastle Island Marine Park, where we're going to anchor up or maybe grab a mooring ball that they have there. We'll check the winds and where the best protection and best spot is, and head out from there.
Well, we lucked out, got some good weather here. Marginally good weather. At least it's not raining. Captain Chris got us out of a tight mooring spot with the help of our broker Dave. Now he is managing the chart plotter and the radar, just getting it all systemized.
Well, the wind hasn't come up, so we're still motoring across the Georgia Strait. We're hoping for about 10-15 knots, but it did not happen. It's about 1 o'clock right now. Still possible as we get out into the Strait a little bit further, and maybe around 2:30, the wind may pick up a little bit. We'll have to see. But it's beautiful out. The rain's held off, and just enjoying our first crossing of the Georgia Strait. So the wind's picked up a little bit. We got the sails up and motor sailing. It's only about 4 knots from the south, but enough to stabilize the boat a little bit. Some remnant swells from the wind yesterday that are out there, and just cruise along a little quieter now with the RPMs only at about 1100. Just giving a little extra push. Hey, well, that was a little bit crazy. I was downstairs grabbing my other camera and organizing some stuff, and all of a sudden I could feel the boat kind of moving, and Adele's hollering at me. And she said the autopilot was off, the boat was turning. I don't know what the heck was going on, so I came running up, all the electronics, everything off. Go back downstairs, everything off. Electrical panel, full power failure. Oh my God, what is going on? And then I went and looked, and I kicked with my foot the battery switch for all the house batteries. The engine one was still on, but not everything else. And it just shut everything down. The boat turned 180 degrees. We had full sails up, but we were motor sailing. It was only about 6 knots of wind, so not too bad, but there we go, dumb lesson learned. I'll definitely be more careful in the aft starboard cabin where my feet are, and that I don't boot the battery switch.
So we're just pulling into Newcastle and looking for a mooring ball. This is our first attempt at it, and I'd love to videotape this, but we are probably going to need to spend a little bit of time figuring this one out. Oh my god, what a disaster that was. I should have had the GoPro on. Well, maybe I shouldn't have. Our first time trying to get onto a mooring ball. Had Adele at the front, and she was just going to hook it and lift it up, and then we'll tie a rope on, just like we watched in the video. Well, this mooring ball is like 100 pounds or something. There's no way we're lifting this thing. So we've got winds are about 10 knots, 15 knots maybe, and super crowded. Luckily, nobody's really paying attention. And took about 15 attempts. We originally, when Adele had it, the hook to pick it up got stuck on it, so she was hanging on for dear life. And no way with this wind is she stopping the boat with that thing. So, yeah, I went and grabbed it. I'm like, holy shit. So I dropped it in the water, reached down to pull the boat up beside it to grab it, got that, then my toque fell in the water. Sad toque. I was able to grab that with the now that I had the hook. So I grabbed my toque out of the water and then wrangled around and had to dangle off the side of the boat to hook it on. Quite the fiasco, and would have been hilarious if people were watching, but doesn't look like there's too many people at their boats right now.
Good thing you're a dangler.
I'm a dangler. Here is a little look around. Well, I finally made it to Newcastle Island Marine Park, just by Nanaimo on Vancouver Island, British Columbia. Having our passage beer. I'm having a Cinco Drink Co. Tequila Paloma. It's from some buddies of mine that started up this company. So if you see this in your stores in BC, coming across Canada soon, pick it up. Stuff's awesome. So good. So anyways, we made it. We think we're pretty good. We used our docking line, a long docking line. We've got it bridling on the left and right cleat, and I think that's going to work. We do have a mantis snubber that we got down at the fisheries, which is amazing, but it's going to be longer than 10 feet, and 10 feet is the maximum length that you can go and connect to these buoys with. So as you can see here, that's our snubber, and it probably ends up being about 15 feet by the time you tie it off, but it's great because it's got the canvas covers over the rope for chafing. And we were a little bit concerned when we came in because pulling into just the bay out front, it was about 22 knots blowing westerly. That's eased significantly since we've got in here, but it's still probably 12 knots blowing right now. So we're a little bit concerned about chafing, but I think everything will be fine. Our dock lines are in pretty good shape right now. So we're going to hang out here tonight, play some Uno, and I got to learn how to play cribbage. Apparently that's a sailing thing, or maybe old people thing. Now that
Old people thing.
I'm old. So we're going to do that. Tomorrow we're going to go through Dodds and Narrows and probably check out Pirate Cove. I just got to research up on a little bit, because you may have to do stern tie there. And not sure if we have something long enough to do that. I had ordered one in But like everything during 2021-22, back ordered. So it was supposed to come in before a trip. It didn't make it, but we'll have that for our next venture out. So we're just approaching Dodds Narrows. It's pretty much perfect timing. It's slack tide right about now. It can get pretty hairy, 10 knots through this little passage, so it's pretty important that you time this. A lot of times boats will kind of hold up in the bay here waiting for it. Did see a sailboat earlier, but I don't know if he was moving or holding or what he's doing, so I don't see him right now. He's around the corner a bit, but we're just going to hit the throttle, quad, and burn through here. Okay, so here we are. We're at Pirates Cove. We're only in about 4.5 meters of water right now. Super shallow coming in. We were a foot off the bottom maybe. And we're gonna stern tie over on the side.
These little hot rodders over here just raking up a storm.
Meanwhile, we got these guys doing donuts. Wonder if they have their boating license. Nope. So I've done a stern tie once, so we'll see how it goes. Not sure who's doing what yet, but we'll get her done. Okay, so we have very poor line management. I handed Adele stern line, and apparently it's in a few knots. As we're floating in the anchorage. So Adele's hooking up stern line right now. We're out in the bay right here, and in 5 meters of water. So once she gets that stern line on, I'm going to back the boat up towards her as she comes this way, and set the anchor. Hopefully lock us in. Okay, so we got Adele hooked up. We had to double the line up. And now I've got my chain counter, and I'm pulling the chain counter up to tighten us up a little bit. And that'll tighten the stern tie in the back there. And I think we officially did it, as clunky as that was.
caught behind Venetian blinds, had to reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old lives. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, an easy kid, gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the fold, pulling stitches. Time to let go. Come on, man.
We hope you join us for the next episode, where we get a crab trap line wrapped around our prop, crash the drone, lose a phone to the deep blue, and learn about AIS the hard way. Never in a million years did I think sailing would teach me the most valuable lessons in life. All these moments are priceless.